Hello everybody. So today I'm going to introduce how we can set up a Omniverse Omniverse server using the Amazon Web Service. Okay, so we are going to follow the document. I have tried to set up one just before, but it didn't work, so we are going to try it again. So the first step, we need to go to the AWS website, go to login, go to your console, and then select EC2. Okay, so we're going to hit the launch instance button. So here we are going to search for this one, ISACSIM in the community AMIs. So here we search for this, and bam, there's one result. Select this one. So for the server family, we are going to use the G4DN, and we are going for the 4 times large one. Okay, hit next. Make sure here's enable. So by default it's enabled, but just to double check, we're going to switch to enable. Next, storage, the default is sufficient. Tags, we don't need. Security group, so just for demo example, we're going to make a new one which is unsafe one. So we're going to expose all the traffic. Yeah, so all traffic to anywhere. Okay, this is definitely not safe. Okay, but we're going to do it. Okay, review and launch. So here we can see the overview. We are using the ISACSIM community AMI, and with 16 vCPUs and 64 gigs of memory. Yeah, so hit launch. We are going to create a new key pair to be logging into the server. So for the key pair name, it's like anything. We're going to name it AWS California RSA key. Okay, so we are going to download it and then hit launch instances. Okay, here we are facing an issue. So we have reached over the vCPU limit. Okay, that's okay. We can always downgrade our server. So now we are choosing the 2 times large. Okay, so it is definitely sufficient for simple tasks. So review and launch. Yes, I want to change it. Next, launch. Okay, so now we can use the previous key pairs and launch instances. Okay, now we can view it. So this is the newly created one. We got the IP. So here we use Ngc to remotely SSH into the server. Now here I have already created one called AWS. So the IP host name should be the IP name. Port number just default 22. Username, it's Ubuntu server, so Ubuntu by default. Password, we don't need it, but instead we're going to go to advanced and SSH. So authentication. Here we are going to select the one key we just downloaded, which is in perm format, but PuTTY it supports PPK. So we are going to go to all files, select this key, open, and it will prompt open SSH1 the PuTTY key format, and we can convert it OK and save it just in the same directory is fine. And now it's converted into PPK format. So hit OK, and our instance should now be running. Yeah, and now we can log into it. Yes, trust it. And bam, here's our server. Okay, open PuTTY. And then we're going to follow the document. So we have finished cloud deployment step 1. So we have our remote machine. We're going to run ISACSIM on the remote machine. So here we got the document. Okay, first step, dealing with the Ngc thing. Okay, copy paste. So here we are going to request create an Ngc Api Key. So let's go to this link and this link. We are going to log in. Okay, good. I've already logged in. But wow, anyway, security code. Okay. Yeah. Good. And now on the upper right, we select setup and then get API key. We can always generate a new API key. So I don't mind sharing this with you guys because I'm going to generate new ones anyway. Username, the $OAuth token is the same. And password, just copy this API key. Good. Warning. Yeah, login succeed. This is what we want. And actually we can create the unrelevant pages. Okay. Now login succeeded. Finish step 2. Step 3. We are going to run this thing. But actually, no. I remember there's another part we should do. Yeah, so okay, well the document order is pretty bad. So here, if you run this command directly, you will be able to start the Omniverse ISACSIM. But because it's a like GUI software, so it has graphic support, but then it won't support the command line interrupt. So you cannot Ctrl+C or Ctrl+Z out of the program, which is bad. You need to restart the server. So before that, we're going to install step 3 is just like a client. So install step 4. Install the Nucleus on the remote machine. So here we go. Here, download the Nucleus Linux installer. We can download it locally and then send it to the remote machine. So here, just upload it. Good. And then we SSH and copy it. Run this command. Make directory. And config the unzip module. And unzip. It is in our home directory under Ubuntu, and the new nucleus blah 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 .zip, and the destination should be Nucleus installer. Okay, it would take a while. Oh, actually pretty fast. And cd into the directory. run setup. Okay, finished setting up, and now the server should be running now. And here's Nucleus cloud installation. I believe the next one is, yeah, add the this sample files to the server. So it's this section. We need to download another package, which is pretty big. Yeah, like the installer is half of that size. 1/3 of that size, yeah. But well, it's pretty fast download time. Okay, still we drag it to the remote server. Okay, now we have already done this line, so here we are going to, okay, remember here, because these two steps are followed by each other, it's very easy to miss that you have changed the directory on the last step. So actually we need to go back to the home directory and then make the corresponding directories. Yeah, and then unzip. So now we are dealing with the ISAC sim assets.zip and destination here. Okay, and then give it user right. Yeah. Okay, now we can start the server using this line. Let's go. So in the first time running this, it will download a bunch of files, which is not a long waiting time, but well, it is. So the setup time is longer for the first time running. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Extracting. Okay, still going. Okay, I guess that's finished. Or not, I see this world did not finish print out. But anyway, we can try the web browser client. So I believe it's here. Yeah, this URL. Just insert our IP in here. Oh, I guess it's not finished. It's better to wait at finish setting up before we access the GUI interface. Oh wait, it's not changing. This is still half print in the world. Anyway, we're going to try it. Is there any response? We are in the right server, right? Yeah. Okay, now it's working. WebSocket app is loaded. Good. Checking for assets. In theory, this should fail because we haven't linked the assets to the program yet. That's a long time waiting. We're going to launch this anyway. Okay, now here it's working. So in the default browser mode, the pointers, the cursors, well, they have offset. But I found out that if you turn on the full screen mode, it will be good. Yeah. Okay, so ISAC sim assets issue. We're going to add the assets here. So we go into my computer. Actually localhost, yeah. Right click, upload files and folders. And then we go to my computer, root. Where is root? I guess just go to this directory, yeah, and then root. Documents, ISAC. Click this and open. Now I should be importing the assets now. Well, I'm still worried because for last time it didn't work. The missing point is like the same miss all black, and it's looking same now. So I'm not sure whether AWS has this bug or not, because in previous attempts I was trying to run locally, which did work. So let's see. Now the assets should be finished loading. We can now collect ISAC examples, controlling, input devices, JetBot keyboard, and we load JetBot. Oh, good, wonderful. So now the JetBot finished loading, we can press play to enable controller. So play button is here. We press it, and now we should be able to use some keys to drive it. Okay, WASD, the old-fashioned controlling key. Okay, the frame rate is suffering. And now the texture is loaded. So a good thing about ISAC or Omniverse is that it has like very real physics simulation. If I hit it to run run the card forward and backward. Okay, it's so laggy, but actually the car will like incline front and back due to the inertia of the car itself, rather than translating horizontally very smoothly. So that's the what makes this simulation seems very real. Yeah, but now we are like basically watching PowerPoint, so wow. And also I can see, because the frame rate display here displays the actual rendering frame rate on the server. So what's lagging here is not the server itself. It has enough power to process, but instead what's lagging is the bandwidth between the server and our computer. So yeah, that's the limiting factor. Is it getting better now? No. Huh. But anyway, we can indeed control the cars. Great. Okay. And I think that's all we should know. How you can set up Omniverse on the AWS server. I'm so glad it works out the first time I record this. Otherwise I won't do it second time, I think. Okay, thank you. Yeah.